In Vietnam, breakfast can be a full-on sensory experience, and bon air might just be the most dramatic of them all. The name bon air literally means dodging beef, because when this sizzling plate hits the table, you'll want to dodge the flying oil. Thin slices of marinated beef, a fried egg, a spoon of pâté, all cooked right in front of you on a cast iron pan. Add a crusty banh mi on the side and you've got Vietnam's answer to steak and eggs. Born in Saigon during the French colonial era, bon air blends Western steak culture with Vietnamese street food spirit. It turned once luxury ingredients like butter, beef and bread into an everyday breakfast for everyone they can afford. Today, you'll find it sizzling on sidewalks and in eateries like this across Saigon. It's a dining experience that wakes up all five senses and something you need to try at least once. Hot, loud, messy and full of flavour, bon air is Vietnam's breakfast with attitude. Alright, so that was pretty quick. I'll tell you what, I had to be quick filming it. If Vietnam was to have a fast food, I think this would be it. It took like 2 minutes, not even that, to cook this up. So what you get is the steak. You get a little bit of steak, there's an egg there, fried egg, a little bit of sausage, and I guess it's a siu mai, it's like a pork ball, and some French fries, or chip, a cross between French fries and chips. And some pâté, which is quite typical here, and a little bit of coriander or something like that. Maybe dill, I'm not too sure. Also, looks like, I don't know if it's pickled. Let me try. Yeah, a little bit pickled. Pickled carrot, lettuce, and cucumber by the looks of it. And also the baguette that you get to dip into all of this. Now, disclaimer, this isn't my favourite dish or my favourite Vietnamese dish. But I'm doing it for you guys to show you because it's extremely popular. It's not only popular with the Vietnamese, but also foreigners as well. You know, I see videos online of travellers here showing this dish and absolutely loving it, so I thought I'd give it a go as well. I have had it before and I've had it here before as well, and it's a good one, but I'm just not hugely into it because of all the oil and the fat. Little bit of chili sauce that you can add to it, and soy sauce as well that you can add. Garlic, chili. I might throw a little bit in that, a little bit of chili in that, actually, and salt and pepper. The other thing is that's typical of this dish is that it gets served up on one of these cast iron plates, and almost always it's a cow. All right, let's give it a go. I'm going to try it without all the sauces on it first. Oops, I'm going to need a knife for this. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to cut anything with that. This one might be better. All right. And a flimsy little fork. Okay, look at that. So you can see why they call it bon air, meaning, sizzle, and I'm going to call it splatter. Really tender. Really tender, and it's been marinated as well, so actually it's really quite nice. I do want to put a little bit of sauce on it though. So let's try a little bit of the chili sauce. A little bit there. Also on the siu mai. The siu mai is like a pork ball, and It's quite a common dish with the siu mai and the banh mi in Dalat, but also very common down here as well, very popular. Just a little bit of chili sauce on that. There you go. Really hot. Yeah, nice and spicy. Tastes a little bit sweet, actually. Now, let's get this banh mi into the egg, hey? And just dunk it in there like that. Sorry if the camera's wobbling, the table's a bit flimsy. Now, I hope my GP isn't watching this. He will be aghast at me eating this. It's obviously not the healthiest of meals, but it's one of those classic Vietnamese breakfasts that people plow into before they go to work, or maybe for lunch or for brunch even, to get all that protein into them so they can get back into work, do a little bit of work, and then have the afternoon nap. I don't really know what to do with the veggies, so probably you would open this up, I might do that. Open this up, put a bit of meat in there, put in the pickled veggies, and eat it like a banh mi. Or eat them separately, perhaps put the siu mai in here like this, perhaps put a little bit of chili in there. There's a few little bird's eye chilies in there. And then scoop up some egg. Look, I'm making out that I know how to eat this. It's like any good old fry up. You just eat it how you will, as long as it gets down there, hey? And maybe a little bit of the juice in here. Actually, this is starting to look really good. Maybe chuck a little chip in there as well. Good old chip sandwich, hey? And, oh, that's right. I said I was going to put some of the veggies in there. Really though, you don't come here to eat healthily, do you? I shouldn't be worrying too much about that. Oh, that chili's just kicking in right now. Beautiful. That beautiful bird's eye chili. What is that? How do you explain that flavour? It's heat, but it's got that kind of almost sort of alpine rush that you get with a hit of bird's eye chili. You know, I tried to come here with an open mind doing this video because as I mentioned earlier, I'm not really a fan of it. And I'd eaten here before, and like I said, this place is a really good spot for it and super popular, but just not that into it. But this time round, I'm actually really enjoying it. Little pro tip, put the bird's eye chili in there. It's an absolute schmozzle though, isn't it? And you can see why it gets the name that it does. You've got to really dodge it, and that's what nah means, I believe, that you got to dodge it. It got its name from that because when it comes out, it spits at you, and diners have got to sit back for a while until it cools down. Now, they actually don't have menus here, so the young fella who came up to serve me, he just showed me his phone and said that they serve steak and pâté and eggs and this. So don't come in here expecting to be given a menu. Just, you know, I guess say to the staff, I'll have one or I'll just have two or something like that, and this is what's going to come out. A little bit of pâté on that. Pleasantly happy with today's breakfast. A little bit different too from the ones that I've featured already. The previous one was banh canh, which was created in the south central coast of Vietnam, so not too far from here, but not necessarily in Saigon and not as popular in Saigon. And the previous one before that was mi Quảng, which is central Vietnam. Now this one here, I think Saigoners can lay claim to this being, or this city being the home of this dish. Very good. I think I'm going to eat this just to cleanse things a little bit. And pâté is really good. Especially with that old dairy cow, I mean steak. Yeah, the steak's surprisingly tender. I came here thinking that I was gonna get an old chopper, a piece from an old chopper, an old dairy cow, which, let's face it, it probably is. But they've tenderized it really well. And apart from now, the thought of an old dairy cow being served up on my plate doesn't come to mind. So don't worry too much about that. The thing that strikes me about this particular dish and this location is that if you don't have much time, you can just pull up and within minutes, you've got this on the table. No mucking around, no bins either. Very good. All right, so there you have it, bon air, really good. I was pleasantly surprised about this place. As I mentioned, I'd eaten here before, but it's just the dish that I wasn't huge on. But this time, it was just way better than the previous time. So I definitely recommend this, especially after a big night out on the booze. I imagine this dish would be absolutely sensational. I'll leave the location in the description, of course, but you can find these places all over the city. And there's lots of these places in the sort of tourist areas as well. So you should be able to find it, no worries at all. Okay, pretty good. So I'm quite satisfied, except that now it's time for a coffee. Okay, so this is a nice little place that I've just found on Google Maps. I was having a look around today for coffee shops in the area, and I do know this area really well. There are tons of coffee shops, little ones especially, around here, but I noticed that this particular corner spot has just been done up, and the young fellas in there told me that they've been open for a month. So yeah, really good addition to the neighbourhood. Super clean, aircon, looks like a good spot to work. Not that I'm going to do any work in there. And there's a nice little outdoor area like this here. It's almost like I'm camping in Dalat, except that I'm in the heart of District 7 in the swamp. But yeah, the coffee looks good. Let's have a go at it. Oh yeah, really good. Really tasty. Not too strong, not too sweet. Just the right amount of condensed milk in it. And pretty good price, I think. Reasonable price, sort of stock standard price that you get going around here. Yeah, quite nice. All right, so I hope I helped you with another breakfast option when you're in Saigon. Something a little bit different anyway, and something more homegrown to Saigon. I think the Saigoners deserve the right to claim bon air. And really good dish, reasonably priced, I think, for the amount of food that you get, and a great way to knock off a hangover if you happen to be carrying one after drinking a whole bunch of Saigon specials. All right, I'm gonna knock this off. Speaking of knocking drinks off, I hope you enjoyed it. And oh, The next video will probably be coming from down in the Mekong, from a town called Vĩnh. So hopefully I'll have this video up before I get down there. So if you've got any questions or you want any information or advice about Vĩnh and what it's like, or even suggestions for where I can eat or have a coffee, make sure you let me know in the comments. I'm leaving in a couple of days, so it'd be good to see those comments, those suggestions in the comments section. All right, until then, take care and stay safe.